maybe because of some kind of tricky move. That's why the market didn't reverse. So when you are trading, the first thing that need to come to your mind is that, number one, let me know where this candle will stop. Let me know when this candle will continue. Let me know where it is formed. Because when we have two candles like this, you have two candles like this. One is bearish candle and the second one is bullish candle. So we all know that as for a bearish candle, usually open at the upper side. The opening price is usually at the upper side, while the closing price is here. Then for the bullish candle, the opening price is lower, while the closing price is higher. So if you can differentiate this, how you can predict, if you can differentiate this, how you can predict candlestick, this is what you need to focus on. Opening price and the closing price. Opening price and the closing price. This is the major thing about binary option. This is the major thing about binary option. But for Forex, you can also use this logic in Forex as well. But for Forex, you can only say this is the opening price, this is the closing price. Why? Because we see that the market, the sellers entered on this level and closes here before the buyers take over. So this is the opening price here and this is the closing price here. Because why? The buyers entered from this level and stop here, then sellers take over. So this is how you can be able to detect or predict opening price and closing price in Forex. But in binary, you only look at the candles. That is why candles is very much important. Is the most useful chart tool that is good in binary option. Like this bullish candle. This bullish candle opens at the this bullish candle open at the lowest point and closes at the highest point. This is bearish candle. It opened at the highest point and close at the lowest point. So this is the difference between both of them. Hello? Okay. Here. Okay, I think I got a call right now, so that's why the network went off. Okay, like I was saying, bullish candle open at the lowest point and bearish candle open at the highest point, but the colors differs. The color differ. Like here, the bullish candle opens here, the closing price is here. Like here, the bearish candle opens here, the closing price is here. So when you are observing this candlestick on a level, you need to check it very well before you predict the next candlestick. That's why anytime I'm trading, the first thing I will do is that I will need to understand the psychology or the behavior of the market at that time. So once I was able to understand the behavior, then I go back on the left side, draw my level, then I come back to the chart again. When I come back to the chart, I need to focus on the candle in a close range. I need to look at the candle very well then I need to observe one thing about the candle, that is the opening price and the closing price. Okay, so but what I want to show you today is about breakout, how to trade before breakout or after breakout. Okay, let me hear what this person say. Yeah, yes, I'm listening. I think you are raising up your hand.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, I'm listening.
Hello.
Yes, yes,
Do you hear me?
we can hear you loud and clear.
And can I ask you in one question for to starting before to start in a fake the break after breakout?
Yes,
And then when you take a trade, there are two trades for the major and the minor, isn't it?
yeah,
That is all of the people they confuse it that the two trade, major and minor. When they take a trade, which in how to take you see like now you see a minor major is a down and now a the now is a I think it's a up. How does it take trade?
okay. Can you come again? Okay, I think the question you are asking that if there's a breakout, so how do you take the trade after the breakout, right?
Okay,
I think that was your question.
no, my question is my
Okay,
question my question is there are two trade,
okay.
major trend and minor trend, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Major and minor trend.
Now the chart is a down trend. Its major is a down, isn't it?
Yes,
This chart. And now the market is going to up, isn't it?
yes.
How to take a trade? That's solution.
Okay. Maybe the trend is down, the market is going up. So you want to take the trade against the trend, right?
Yes, you are. Yes,
Now, when you see a trending market doesn't form like this. A trending market is not straight like this. A trending market is usually form something like this: up, down, up, down, up and down, up and down. So this is what we call trending market. That's why it is very common to some traders. They use the trend line to draw the level if the market is trending. So the market cannot form, they cannot move like this. It only moves like this. So in this kind of situation, if you want to trade against the trend, this is
yes,
downtrend, and you want to trade against the trend. All this move you are seeing here, all this move, all this move here, this move, this move, they are trend, they are movements against the trend. So we call this retracement, or we call this corrective move. They are movements against the trend. Now, in binary option, this is how you can able to predict or predict trend in forex. But in binary option, one thing that you need to focus on is levels. Let's say you see a downtrend like this. The market is moving like this in a downtrend. Market is moving up, down, up, down, up, down. Then you want to place your trade in this kind of situation because you see a downtrend. Now, the major thing about this trading, this trend, is that most of the time, anytime the market cross this level,
Anytime.
the market always reverse. Anytime the market cross this level, the market always reverse. If you observe the video I just uploaded, there
Anytime.
are some, yeah, there are some minor level like this. Anytime the candle crosses it, market will reverse. The reason why it reverse is because the market like to move in this kind of situation by forming lower highs and lower lows. So market cannot just go down and without reversing. Market cannot just go down and be crossing the level without reversing. But in most cases, whereby you see that the market cross the level here, you place your line here, the candle cross the level, see the candle is still going down. In this kind of situation, the market is not respecting this level. So you go for the next level. Now, one thing that you need to focus on this level is that the candle that form on this level. Don't worry, I'll show you. So that's why you need to focus on the candlestick mostly when you are trading on binary option. Okay, let me answer your question. Let me if someone else is raising.
Yes.
Check.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank
Yeah, yeah, go on.
Hello.
Yeah,
I have a question.
okay,
Considering the major downtrend,
okay,
heard that 70% of breakout are fake. Is that true?
okay,
I mean, if buyers enter and break a previous seller's
okay,
area,
okay,
can we go against buyers? I mean sellers with the major trend?
okay, okay. I understand what you're saying. You are talking about once the market broke the buyers and sellers area. So how can you predict the next candlestick? Okay, very good question. Now, look at this chart. Look at this chart here. Come on, let me show you. Look at this chart here. Look at this area.
Yes.
The candle got rejection from sellers here. This bullish candle got rejection from sellers here and closed here. You see that the sellers entered. It went down. So finally, I have gotten what I want here.
So
Yeah.
one candle cannot stop the trend.
No, one candle cannot stop the trend. Reason why this one candle cannot stop the trend is because of some minor levels here. This is the
Yes.
level that make this candle to reverse. Now, one thing about this level is that if this candle was able to close above this line, the buyers will still enter again. So not that one candle cannot stop the seller's movement here. But if this candle, let's say, for example, this candle got rejection from sellers, and next candle was able to now open at this level. Let's say the closing price of this candle close here, next candle opens here, because we don't know if it's going to be bullish or bearish. But next candle open above this line is
Yes.
where the buyers will enter. But still, there was a rejection from sellers. There was a rejection from sellers, and this candle still closed above the level. So the next candle opens below this level, below this line. That is why the sellers entered. Reason why you can place your trade like this, and what you need to observe here when you are choosing this setup is that one, look for a lowest point. This is the lowest point here. This is the lowest point. This candle crosses the level, the market reverse. Now the market reverse because of this level. Two things here. The market reversed because of two things here, this level and this level. Now the major problem is that if this level is not there and this candle got rejection from this level, the market cannot reverse. That means the reason why it happened here is because the pressure from buyers here is still active. So that means that anytime the body of the candle touches the pressure on this level, it's still active. Now we still have where the buyers entered again here. This candle closed at that level. So this is a short trade that the buyers will enter on the next candle. Okay. So this is reason why when you are trading, you need to look for the weakness of buyers and sellers in the market. That is, you need to know who is weak and who is strong. The pressure from buyers here, because we can see very strong buying pressure, strong rejection from buyers. The pressure from buyers here is still active. And the body of this candle touches the pressure. And again, the closing price of this bearish candle got rejection here and still close at this level. So this is a sign that the buyers will enter on the next candle. So that's why the buyers enter on the next candle. Now, on one condition, if this level or this rejection is not there, let's say this candle was bearish candle, no buyers candle, and there's no rejection, sellers will still enter the gate, even though it got rejection, from here, from this level, sellers will still enter again on the next candle. That's why you always see that market doesn't respect level because of some kind of situation that happened. So not all the time you'll be checking the level, not all the time you'll be relying on levels, but you have to rely on your analysis. The analysis here is that this is a level, this is also a level. So anytime the body, that is what I teach my students, that when they are trading on level, one thing that they should need to focus on is that the body of the candle and where it was rejected. It was rejected from buyers. The body of the candle touches the buyer's entry point here. So that's why the buyers will enter on the next candle. And if you observe the volume, if you observe the volume here, you will notice that the volume reduced. If you observe the volume here, the volume reduced. Previous volume was very strong, which is this one right here. So it was very stronger than the current one. So in the sign, the buyers will enter confidently on the next candle. Now, when you are trading, you notice that buyers entered for me, because this is how you can trace your trade. Because when you are trading, you have to know the market. The buyers entered on the next candle. See, if I'm the one trading in this kind of situation, I will not move my line, this horizontal line. I will not move it away from here. I'll still place it there. So the buyers enter. Now we see that because of this previous level, where this candle crosses it, and again the body touches the level, the buyers enter. That same level, this candle, this bullish candle was rejected and still closed below. You can't say that the buyers will fill this gap. The buyers can only fill the gap if the candle closes like this. If the candle closes like this with rejection, the rejection should not touch this line. The rejection from sellers should not touch this line. If the buyers will still enter, they are expecting the buyers to enter again. But the rejection touches the line, this level. So in this kind of situation, if the rejection is still strong and the candle still close here, sellers will still enter the game. But one thing you need to focus on is that the rejection should not touch this line. If the rejection is not touch this line and there was a rejection, you can go with buyers on the next candle. But the rejection touched the line. It's still a sign the sellers are still more powerful when they cross the level. this level, this candle got rejection here from this level. The sellers got rejection from here, and this candle crosses the level. It's a sign the sellers are taking over the level, but still the buyers are still active. And again, this candle reaches this level, got rejection from buyers, so the buyers entered confidently. So in this kind of situation, this level is what make this bullish candle. When the buyers entered, they couldn't cross this line. If the buyers entered and crossed this line, closes above, buyers will still enter. If buyers entered but did not rejected from this level, buyers will still enter. Again, if buyers entered and got rejection like this, but the next opening price of the candle jump like OTC market, OTC market will do some trick here that you need to observe. If it is OTC market will resume here. It will not resume here. Next candle will not resume here. OTC market will resume here. So if the next candle opens above this line, buyers will still enter again on the next candle. If the next candle opens below, sellers will enter. If this candle close below with rejection from this level, sellers will still enter. But if this candle cross this line and the next candle opens at the same level above, buyers will still enter. Okay, that is the psychology behind this. So the reason why the buyers entered is because of this and this. That's why the buyers entered. Now, when the buyers entered, like I said, when the buyers entered, they couldn't cross this level they got rejection from sellers. Sellers entered. When the sellers entered, they already know that this is the level. This is the next level. Okay, this is the close level here. For me, this is how I predict candlestick one by one. If I'm trading or if I want to take only 5 trades here, this is how I predict candlestick one by one. So this is the next level when the sellers entered. Sellers entered, next level is here. This candle got rejection. So we can still go with sellers here because the opening price is here, not here. We already know that the buyers entered on this level here. The buyers entered on this level. So this above this line, if the candle opens above this line, seller will still enter. But if this opening price is here, because this is the after below this line, it is buyer's area. So if the next candle opens here, buyers will enter. But this candle got rejection from buyers. Next candle opens here. So that's why the sellers still entered again. And we know that this is a level where the buyers entered multiple times. So we should know that at this moment, if the sellers cross the level, buyers will still enter again. So when I'm trading, this is what I do that make me to predict candlestick. Okay, this is what I do when I place call option here. Then I look at this level. If this candle cross the level, next candle open above the level, I'll go with buyers. So when I see that the sellers entered, I'll quickly go back to this level because this is the next level for this market to reverse. This candle got rejection from the level. Next candle open here, so sellers enter. So in this kind of situation, when the sellers enter, then I will shift my line back down. I will shift my line down. Maybe I was watching how this candle is closing. I still observe that it still crossed this level. Then I will go to the extreme level. I will go down to the extreme level. This is the extreme level. And at the extreme level, I saw the rejection from buyers, but this candle cannot cross the level. And remember, this is a Marbozu candle. Marbozu bearish open. This candle, we call it Marbozu bearish open. Okay, got rejection. So it couldn't close below this line because there's no buyer's area again after this line. It couldn't close below this line. So because of this rejection, the buyers enter. Okay. So that's why the buyers entered. You can see that from year to year, I have already predicted 5 candlesticks. If I'm the one trading, I have already predicted 5 candlesticks. So after this 5 candlesticks, I will stop trading. That is the secret behind my trading. I don't always struggle to look for next candle, what will happen again on the next candle. Except if I make any mistake here and I lost the trade, that is when I will trade another, I'll place one trade to recover the loss. So that is my own secret. That is with my money management. If I open a chart, what will be on my mind is that I want to place 5 trades and get out of the market. If I still struggle to be placing 5 trades, I won't trade. So one thing is that once I open the chart, look for possible, let's say the pair that is good. Then when I see that the pair is good, then I can predict candlestick, 5 candlestick. That is enough. So once I was able to predict 5 successful candlesticks, I will stop trading. When I stop trading, within some few hours or minutes, I will come back again to check. Then I'll have it in mind. Maybe it's going to be 5 candlesticks. So if I predict 5 candlesticks here, from here to here, that's enough. I'll close the chart. Then come back in the next few hours. Then maybe somewhere the market is at another area. Then that means that 5 candles again, I will make sure that my analysis is good for me to predict 5 candles here again. But during the time I was predicting 5 candles here, I make a mistake and I lost one trade. This is when I will place my trade. Okay, so this is when I will go back and place my trade. Now, let me explain the reason why this candle crossed this level. See, the next candle still form bearish candle. Okay, like I told you, I think I told the, the premium students that if you see a movement like this and you see any turning point, you can place your line here. You can place your line here. You can place your line here from the body and the wick. Then you go to the left side. Go to the left side, you can see here a strong rejection and a bias entry. We can see that the rejection from here to here is very strong. Now look at here, strong rejection to this level and bias enter. We can see that the first rejection here is longer than this. Okay, I think the network. The first rejection here, the strong rejection here is longer than this. That means at this time, the buyers are losing their strength. Previously, they came in very strongly. Now they lose their strength. At this time, we should focus that buyers is going to stop holding the level. Now you can see that this candle only got rejection. This candle got rejection, but still far. Buyers enter. Again, got rejection here, but still there's still some space. Buyers still enter. But now they are very close to the level, so buyers will still enter. Buyers is still holding that level. Again, buyers, the sellers cross it. The body touches the level. Buyers still enter. And here, the buyers still entered. Reason why this candle, if you observe this, what happened here? I don't know who's going to observe what here. Let me ask a question. What do you observe here? Let me mute everything. So I want you guys to study something, because one thing about binary option, this is the secret that you need to know. One thing about binary option is that there are some tricks that you need to understand. So, can anyone tell me what happened here? And anyone?
Hello?
Yeah, yeah,
Market jump.
yeah, yes, yes. Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
market jumped backward to retest that level again.
Okay, I think you got it. The market jumped back up. No, this is where the sellers enter. This is where this candle got rejection. Opening price here, sellers enter. Rejection. Opening price here, sellers enter. You can see that this candle closed here. And next candle is supposed to open here. If next candle opens here, you think the buyers will enter because it already got rejection from this line. The rejection has touched this line. So the buyers will enter. But one thing the reason why so the binary option is not easy to trade or is not easy to understand is these tricks. At this time, your broker will like to make you lose. And when they make you lose, that is all. You can't recover your money again. Now you'll be wondering that this candle got rejection. Why is it that I lost the trade? It's because you don't understand the tricks. This candle close here, next candle opens here. Next candle opens here. If you observe where it's open, it opened at the seller's area. Because this is seller's area. Sellers are entering on this level. So it's open at the seller's area. You can't go with sellers. You can't go with buyers. You will still go with sellers. Reason why you go with sellers because it opens at the seller's area. Now, this candle closed here, next candle opens here. Because if it's open, we don't know if it's going to be bullish or bearish, but we just know that next candle opens here. Next candle opens here, buyers will enter. Surely the buyers will enter. Reason why this candle already got rejection from this line. So the buyers will enter. Reason here, look at this one. This one got rejection, but the line didn't touch this line. If you observe, if you look closely, it didn't touch this line. Only got rejection. The pressure from buyers, the pressure that the buyers pressurized them, that's why it didn't touch this level. It only got rejection. So next candle opens here. That's why the sellers still enter. But if this candle got rejection from this level, maybe the rejection is from this level. Next candle opens here. Buyers will definitely enter. But here, next candle opens above, same opening price of this level. Next candle opens here. That's why the sellers enter. And when the sellers entered, the buyers entered. When the sellers entered, they close at the buyer's level. They close at the buyer's level. The buyers enter. You can see that the buyers loses their strength at this time. Not enough buyers. So don't say that after seeing this candle, you will go with buyers again. That means if you want to go with buyers in this kind of situation, expect a strong bullish candle from this level before you can go with buyers. But you see that the buyers are losing their strength from the strong rejection here. The first rejection here. This tells us that the buyers are very strong at that time. They are dominating the market at that time because of this strong rejection. All because of this level. Because this is a breathing level. The buyers reach this level, market try to reverse. It try to think, the market continues. So this is what I call breathing level. The buyers entered very strongly. Now, at the same level, this candle got rejection, very strong rejection. The rejection is very strong. Now, you can see that this is also a strong rejection, but the rejection is becoming weak. The first rejection is stronger than the second one. Now, you see that this one also become weak. If the candle closes at this level, you can again see that this also, the rejection is not strong. The candle become weak. The candle close at the buyer's level. And again, this candle got rejection from that same level. We should expect buyers, but it seems the market, the buyers is losing their strength. That's why the next candle opens here. So that is why the next bearish candle opens here. Then from this level, the buyers enter. The buyers enter not think the network problem. So, okay. So as I was saying, that in this kind of situation, if you want to go with buyers again, expect a bullish candle, very strong bullish candle, not weak. You can see that the bias that appears at this time is weak. So the sellers also are pressurizing them. The sellers also are pressurizing them. And if you observe the market movement, this is the market movement, starting from here to here. This is the market movement, starting from here, here, here. Again, you can see that the sellers also is pressurizing the buyers, starting from here, here. So at this time, the sellers, the market cannot reverse. So sellers will continue going down. Okay, let me check. Okay. So at this time, the market will continue going down. So even though there's a breakout, you can't expect buyers again. You can't expect that the market is going to retest this level before going down. You can't expect buyers again because of what happens on this level. The buyers become weak here. So it is not until you are seeing a strong candle, strong candle, strong candle, before you can say the buyers become weak. Not until that. You can only use the rejection, at least the reaction of buyers at that level. You can only use the reaction of buyers at that level, how they behave on that level, before you can decide their weakness or their strength. So you can't use a strong candle to decide the strongness of buyers or sellers. So that is why this candle crossed the level and continue going down. Continue going down. If I'm the one trading and I notice that this candle crossed this level, first thing I'll go for the next level. I think the next level is here. Next level is here. And again, this candle again still cross the level. I'll go with sellers again. Then I place lower option here and I notice that there's no extreme level. This is the extreme level. This is the extreme level. This is also next level. After the market crosses this level, the next possible of reversal is here. So this is next level. This is the last level. I think, no, this is the last level here. This is the last level, and this one also. So after the market has crossed, after the market has crossed this level, the market has crossed this level, the next level is here. Then I'll go back and check. Crossing the first level, next level is here. Still the candle still cross the level. When the candle cross the level, then I look back again. I check that this is the extreme level. At the extreme level, I'm expecting that there should be a reversal. But inwardly, the candle crossed the level. But inwardly, I can't expect a reversal at this moment. I can't expect a reversal at this moment. Number one, if I'm the one trading, if I'm not using, because there are two things I will consider here. If I'm the one trading, I will not use this volume indicator. So because most of the time I don't use volume indicator. One thing I will look at the behavior of the candle. If I'm not using this volume indicator, I will look at the behavior of the candle. They are the way the candle is forming. If the candle forms with a strong force, I know that the sellers are also in a strong force. So if the sellers form here very strongly, we can see the volume is bigger than the previous volume. That's why sellers still entered again. But if I'm the one trading, if I'm not using this volume, one thing I will observe is that I will first observe how this candle close. If this candle close with a strong force, then and I notice that this candle again close with a strong force. At this time, seller will still form a bearish candle. But if the candle is forming like rejecting all the time, maybe it's trying to cross this level, it's rejected like 3 times, go up again, rejected, go up again, rejected, and finally close at this level, I will go with buyers immediately. But if I see that the candles form a strong candle with a strong force at once, like this, then I know that the sellers are still more present. Then I will go with sellers. So that is what I usually do without using this volume. So if I go with sellers here, I notice that the candle form a bearish candle. I should expect strong candle. But if you observe what happened here, that's why I don't always rely on volume. I like to trade on naked chart. If you observe what happened here, look at this volume. It's bigger than the previous volume. But observe what happened to this candle. This candle become weak with strong rejection from buyers. It become weak because of buyers' pressure. It can't form a strong red candle. So that's why the buyers will enter. So I will not focus on this. I will focus on this now. So not that when you place your trade or when you open your chart and you saw this kind of situation, you saw the red candle, you saw red candle, weak candle like this, and you saw the momentum, then you want to place call immediately. You might your prediction might be correct, but one thing you need to observe is, do you observe what happened to the previous candle? Do you observe what happens on this level, on those level? What do you experience? So that's one thing that you need to know. You can't open your chart and saw this weak candle, you place call immediately. So one thing you need to do is analyze the candle before the candle reach that level. Analyze also the level. All this can be done within 1 minute. If you can't trade on 1 minute, you can choose 2 minutes. So that is what I usually do. When I open the chart, I will first analyze what happened to the previous candle, what happened. Then if I notice that it is why the buyers pressure that make the sellers become weak, then I'll place call immediately. So that's why anytime you see me say hello traders, welcome to, if you notice that when I'm doing that, I'm not only talking, without my mind be on this chart. I'm talking and at the same time I'm analyzing what is happening to the previous candle. So that is what I'm doing. Okay. So that is the major thing that you need to know in binary option. So when you open your chart, analyze force, draw the level. If you miss an entry point, maybe there are some certain psychological short trade that you are waiting to look for, and you see that the candle already is not in your favor to place your trade at that moment. Don't place your trade. Wait for next opportunity, because there are so many opportunities. There are so many opportunities you can place your trade. Like here, if you miss the opportunity to place call option after this candle, there are still some opportunity you can still place your trade. Yes, your question?
And I understand very well. Thank you to take your time. And we are beginners of this market,
Okay.
but there are something to confuse you of this market about, and now we understand you in your lecture very well.
Okay.
But my friends and all of them that want to make a trade, they confuse you when they make to follow in a trade.
Okay.
You understand me?
Yeah, yeah.
So I will show me something about we hear, and you hear you trade, follow your trade, flow in trade your friends. So can you show me something about how to follow your trade?
Okay.
Something how you follow the trade.
Okay. I
You
understand.
follow in the trade.
Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Understand me?
Okay, that is the major thing about trade. The trend. Okay,
Hello?
I'm coming. When you are talking about the trend is okay. Let me pause answer this. The trend is something that shows you the direction of the market. If the market is going down and you want to go up, that is when you are not following the market, and that is what will cause you to lose your trade. And you can't be trading on binary option and be losing all the time. So you have to do what the market wants from you. Market wants to go down, but you are still going up. You lost the trade. Now, concerning your question that say follow the trend, right? It is good to follow the trend, but if you want to go against the trend, you must go against the trend with strong reason. We know
Because
this is down. Yeah,
I understand why I understand you, but how to follow?
you
Can you
follow.
show me how to follow? How to when you take a trade? How to follow now you say down trend, but you make a down to take a trade. How to take that trade?
Okay, let's say this is downtrend. Then you want to
Yes.
follow this downtrend. If you want to trade like this, following the trend in this kind of situation, you cannot be using 1 minute expiry time, but you can use 1 minute candle, but you can't use 1 minute expiry time. One thing that is that if you want to be trading like this, following the trend, you can't use 1 minute expiry time. So what you do is you need to set up the expiry time to be 4 or 5 minutes. That is anytime the market come to, because this is downtrend. You want to follow the downtrend. The market always move like this, the downtrend. This is how the market is moving in the downtrend. So you want to follow the trend. Now you want to follow the trend in this kind of situation. You want to follow this downtrend in this kind of situation. You have to observe how this candle is reversing, because there must be a level on the left side. If the buyers come to that level, that means sellers will enter on the next candle. There must be a level on the left side. So if buyers come to the level, sellers will enter. So in this kind of situation, you are seeing the downtrend like this. One thing you need to focus on is level. If you are following the trend, you wait for the market to reach this level. But if the market is creating some tricks and didn't respect this level, that means you wait for the market to reach this level. Once it reaches this level, you can place your trade for 2 or 3 minutes. You can place your trade for 2 or 3 minutes put option. So in this kind of situation, you are following the trend.
Okay.
Follow
Thank you.
the trend,
Understand. I understand.
because
Yes.
you have to
Yes.
wait
Yes.
for the market to reach this level or reach this level. So in this kind of situation, you are following the trend. But you are
Okay.
predicting each candlestick. Each candlestick depends on where how the market is behaving. Like this is downtrend, the market is moving lower highs and lower lows. Then this is also downtrend. Now, if you want to follow the downtrend, you have to look for possible of reversal. This is possible of reversal where the market is going to reverse. Then you see this candle close here. This candle form here, rejection from buyers, but it still close above the buyer's entry point. So that means the next candle is going to be bearish. And this kind of situation, you are following the trend. Or if you allow the buyers to come to this level, they allow the buyers to come to this level or this level, you place your trade for put option. So in this kind of situation, you are following the trend. So that is the meaning of following the trend. So it needs patience and understanding when you are following the trend. Okay, someone say I should promote.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Understand very well.
All right. Okay. So for me, maybe you raise up your hand because I can't see your name is still far from here. So if you have any question, you can raise up your hand. So let me see pastor. Okay, let me continue. So as I was saying, that when you are trading in binary option, you only take one shot. That's what I do. If I'm trading on every candlestick, I already know what will be the next candle. That's why if you see me placing trades and it got to a certain point, I couldn't place the trade after that candle, after the candle closed. That means I'm confused at that time. So in that kind of situation, I need to wait. I might wait for 2 or 3 minutes, no problem. Because what I want is that I want to take trade that I am confident of taking the trade, not the trade that when I take the trade, I'll still be afraid or I'll still be doubting if I'm going to win the trade. Okay, so that's what I do. Let's say I saw this kind of situation, then I noticed on this level the market reversed multiple times, but this level is not telling me, it's not showing me correct level. This candle got rejection, strong rejection like this, but still close below. But in this kind of situation, one thing I will do is that maybe if I'm confused what will be the next candle, I will not place my trade. I will rather wait for the next candle to come, then I place my trade. So that is one thing. That means I wait for the right opportunity, for the right entry point, not the time I am confused to place my trade. If you are confused and you are placing your trade, you will lose the trade. So always take trade that you are sure of placing the trade. So let me move on to the next one. This is a level here. This is a level because the market reversed here. Check the question. Okay, your question? Yes, your question. We are listening to you. Your question, Kashif. I think you raise up your hand. Okay, so I think if you have any question, you can raise up your hand or any suggestion, you can raise up your hand. Okay, just raise up your hand because your name is far, so I don't know where you are raising up your hand. Just raise up your hand. If I see your name, then I'll unmute you. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much for the explanation. What I want to know is that I want you to explain how you draw your very strong support or resistance level, the one that reverses the market.
Okay.
And also your screen is not that clear. It's
My
blurry. It's not that clear.
my screen.
Yes.
It's not on my side.
Now
Not on my side.
that's my question. That's my question.
Okay. Concerning your question, you said how do I place my trade on level that reverse the market?
Yes, very strong levels. There's a way you draw your levels.
Okay. You draw the levels and you're expecting the market to reverse. That is why anytime I'm trading, the first thing I look for is drawing levels where there is multiple reversal. I can't just pick this level here and I look on the left side, the market did not reverse at all. This is a turning point here. And I look at here, I look on the left side, the market didn't reverse at all. So in this kind of situation, I can't just pick this level as a reversal. One thing that if I draw the level, I go back to the left side, I look at it, the market reverse here very strongly. You can see that not only one candle formed here. Same candle, the market reverse here very strongly, not only one, but here we only have one candle. So that means anytime the buyers or sellers come to that level, I still need to go back again to check because one thing I want to do, I want to be sure of that level. And I want to be sure of the psychology of those levels. That is how many candles reverse on that level very strongly. Like here, the market reversed 2 times. Market reversed 2 times. So I have gotten my short trade here. So in this kind of situation, I have drawn my level. So I choose this as my level. So anytime the sellers come to that level, I'll place call option on the next candle. So when I place call option, I need to observe the candle that will form. If this candle is very strong, and this is a level, and this candle is very strong, then I'll go with buyers. But this is a level here. The candle crossed the level, I'll go with buyers. But if it closed below the level, I'll go with sellers. Remember what I told you in the first reversal, I think first example I show you that the lowest point here, the candle cross the level, buyers still enter. Okay. So when I'm trading, the only level I want to look for is where there is multiple reversal and where there is a confirmed reversal. I'm not talking about one candle that reversed the market here, but I need to see like two candles that form on that level. This is two bearish candle. This is two bearish candle. Finally, I have got my answer. This candle got rejection and there's two bullish candles. So I have got my strong level now. So anytime the sellers come to that level, close with a rejection, then I'll place call option on the next candle. And when you are drawing your level, you draw your level like this. Let it touch the body of the candle. Let it touch the body of the candle. Touching this, say, the body of the next candle. But if you place your line like this, you know this is the lowest point. This is the lowest body.
Okay.
Place your line here. Your level is not well drawn. So you are not correct in drawing your level like this. This is totally wrong when you are drawing your level like this. So one thing you need to do is you place your line at the body of the highest candle below. That means when you place your line at the body, it's touching both. When you place your line at the body, it is touching both the candle, the body of the candle. Like here, if I shift the line to this level, touching the body of the candle and again touching the body of this candle. So this kind of situation, my level is correct. But if I place it here only, touching only this body of this candle, the next candle is not touching it. That is wrong level. That means the level is not correct. Then if I want to draw it as an area, this is what I will do. I'll put it here. So in this kind of situation, anytime the market comes to that level, the buyers will enter on the next candle.
Okay.
So one thing is that when you are trading, you only need to look for one reversal point. Look what happened here. You can't use this level for this level again, but you can only say that the market reversed. But here, if I want to trade in this kind of situation, this is what I will do. I won't use that level again. You can see that this candle shifts up. So I must place my line at the body of this candle. Then make sure it's touching the body of this bullish candle. And look at what this candle did. This candle crossed it. This candle rejected from that level. So that means that a level that is crossed, either bullish or bearish, anytime the market comes to that level, for me, a level that is crossed like this, a level that is crossed like, let's say this candle crosses a particular level here. Anytime the market comes, let's say a bullish candle again, form on the next candle, we got rejection from that level, from that same level. Okay? So that's what I want to show you here. And that is what happened here. That is exactly what happened here. This candle formed and was rejected on that level. But if this candle, we know that this is where the sellers entered. The sellers stopped and buyers rejected and buyers entered here. This candle crossed the level. very small. So in this kind of situation, we can't go with bias because it already crossed the level. So if you want to go with bias on the next candle, make sure that it next candle open the same place where this candle closed. Let's say, for example, this candle closed here. There was a jump up. Next candle opens here. So this is when the bias will enter. Bias cannot enter below. This is where the bias will enter. So in this kind of situation, you can place your trade with call option. But here, this candle already use it as a resistance because the bias tried to go up, rejected from this level, and then it goes as bearish candle. So that's why we see the bearish candle here. So when you're trading on levels, make sure that the level is tested. The level you draw is tested more than 2 times. More than 2 times. And make sure that the candle, the number of candles that reverse from that level should be more than 2 candles or more than one. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Yeah. The question. Yeah. The question. About me too.
Okay, I have the suggestions.
Okay.
Yeah, so it will be better if you complete the topic before we start asking questions. Like the topic today is trend, uh, fake breakout and re-breakout.
Okay. Okay. Now, the main topic for today that I have with you guys is breakout. Trading before the breakout and after the breakout. For me, if I want to know that the market is going to, that's why I study the candlestick very well. I study the candlestick very well and I know the behavior, I know how they behave on level, and I know the tricks. Because once you are able to understand the tricks, that is when the market is going to be giving you high tier, but not all the time high tier. Look here, look at when I'm drawing my levels, this is first thing I will do. First, I have a level here, I draw my level, then I'll go on the left side. I will check this candle got rejection, the buyer center, not strong. The buyer center, not strong. I need to confirm the level. Okay, buyer centered. Okay, the buyer center. So that means I have confirmed the level. Okay, so when I'm trading, if I see that this candle is still far from this level, in this kind of situation, this candle close here and still far from this level, this is when I'll place my trade with lower option. And one thing I usually do, if you observe what I'm doing, if I'm placing my trade and I draw the level, you will see that I will over my mouse to the previous candle here. I will place my mouse here like this. I will not shift any line, I will not draw any line, I will not draw any horizontal line. But you will see that if you observe my mouse, I'll place it here like this. Once I look at it very well, I look on the left side and see that there's no level. Next level is here. So that means I'll place my trade with lower option. So that means that candle is a continuation sign. It will continue the market. So there's no specific candle that you can say this will continue the market, this will reverse the market. You can say this candle will reverse the market, this candle will continue the market. You can't say this candle will reverse the market, this candle will continue the market. You can't say something like that. But you, according to your analysis, you will say, for example, this candle form here. You can't say most of the time you will see this candle formation close exactly at the level and it reverse the market. You can see something like this. This candle formation close at the level and reverse the market. And you can see this kind of situation here. It close still far from the level, but it didn't reverse. So sellers will go down again. So there's no specific candle you need to look for. You say this is reversal candlestick. All candles you are seeing here, they work as reversal and continuation. This candle can be reversal and also it can be continuation. Continuation in what way? In this kind of situation, it means that the highest point here, if this candle was able to break the highest point here, forming a body like this, buyers will still enter. So when I see this pattern and I look at the highest point, this candle still close below the highest point, I won't place call. I know that the buyers are weak at that time, so they can't take the highest point. So in this kind of situation, I'll go with seller. So this is a level. This is where this candle close. I'll place put option because the next level is here. So when I place put option, I saw the next candle form. One thing that I will need to observe the candlestick, how it is forming. If I observe that the candlestick is forming slowly, touches this line, rejected, then it forms a very strong body. I will shift my line to this level, or to this level, anywhere you put it, to this level or to this level. When I shift it to this level, then I saw that the candlestick crosses. Okay, finally, I have gotten my answer. So what I will do next, I will look for next possible of reversal here. Next possible of reversal is here. The next one is here. I think it crossed this level. Next one is here. Now this candle close at this level. It couldn't cross this level because reason why I say this is not what you'll be looking for. You can use any level you see on the chart. This is where the buyers also are waiting. Reason why you can say that this is buyers area is because this candle crossed the level. Buyers were rejected from that level. The entry point here is buyer's entry point. The rejection, that is the lowest point, is buyer's entry point. So that means this whole area is buyer's area. So in this kind of situation, the buyer entered from this level. So when this candle crosses the lowest point here, when this candle crosses the lowest point, again, it crosses this lowest point, crosses the lowest point, crosses the lowest point, and again, I saw that it crossed it. Then I'll look on the left side. This is also a level. This is also a level. What if this candle now below, finally close below this level? I will still go on the left side to check if there's any minor level that where the candle will close. So when I see that the candle couldn't close below the level, then I'm 100% sure that the buyers will enter from that level. The buyers will enter from here because of this level and because of this level. So that is why the buyers enter. So in this kind of situation, I have placed my trade call option on the trade. That's all. So you can say this is a level. The candle through this level, was the breakout. But do you observe that there's another level that the candle, the closing price or the candle even didn't break? So you can't proclaim or you can't judge the candle that is already broke the level. It's still at the buyer's area. Buyers entered on this level. This is also some buyer's area. It's still at the buyer's area. So that's why the buyers enter. So you can't proclaim that or you can't quickly judge that this candle is going to fall down, but it's already broke the level. So you can't quickly judge that this is breakout. It is only breakout if breakout if next candle, or let's say this candle close here, next candle opens here, this area, next candle opens here. So this is now a sign that the market is not going to reverse. From that level, the sellers will enter very strongly. The sellers will enter very strongly. The candle close here, next candle open here. So from that level, the sellers will enter very strongly. So that is when you can say that is breakout. So in this kind of situation, there's no breakout. The only minor breakout is here, breakout from the minor level, but the closing price is not breaking any level at all. It's still above the level, still above the level. It didn't break any level. It is only the candle, next candle that is going to form that you will able to judge that it has broke the level. If next candle jump down like OTC market, jump down and open here, then you can say sellers will go more down. So that is the reason. That is the psychological. That is the psychological reason. And just like yeah, I think any more question? Okay. So I should give this time for question. So guys, see you on the next. I'll still okay. Um, So bye guys and have a nice day. Thank you all for wishing me happy birthday. Without me say ẹ̀ka ìlú wey dey come dey stop. If dey say ẹ̀ka you no hear person voice, you for go now.